Welcome back to my DC versus Marvel podcast, and today we're going to be explaining a few of Batman's more dumber and funnier villains. So without further ado, and I am joined today by my friend Carter.
Hello.
And first off, we're going to start with the ventriloquist. Funny thing it's not even the ventriloquist that's evil. It's his evil gangster puppet, Scarface. Because I guess he has a scar on his face. Basically, just when he sticks his arm in the dummy, he becomes a crime boss. The funny thing is, he calls Scarface a dummy, but I'm pretty sure the ventriloquist is the dummy.
Whenever he puts on the doll or the puppet, it's more like the puppet's controlling him.
Yeah, pretty much. He's even a good shot with the gun, a tiny puppet-sized gun. He also has a flamethrower somehow. But since Batman eats normal crime bosses with regular-sized guns for breakfast, the puppet has yet to prove a match. I mean, all he really has to do is take the puppet off the hand. Problem solved, right? Or isn't the puppet just made out of wood?
I think it's like cloth. And wasn't he defeated by
a train?
Another puppet?
Yeah, he technically was. And then they both were squished under a train. Alright, moving along to number 2, the Condiment King. You want to take this one?
The Condiment King. Well, he's called the Condiment King. What else do you really need to know about how badly he got his ass kicked? Actually, Batman didn't even need to kick his ass because the Condiment King slipped on his own puddle of ketchup and nearly fell off the roof he was on. Doesn't seem very strong.
No, he probably was so embarrassed that he probably just didn't even
turned himself in.
I know, right? Could you imagine just be defeated by your own puddle of ketchup? I'd be embarrassed to go to jail. You know what I mean?
I'd already be embarrassed if my weapon was a gun of ketchup and mustard.
Well, he does have the belt of like all the bunch of different condiments like relish, ranch, and then there's ketchup, mustard, some other stuff. I think. I mean, what if he falls in one of those punctures? Is it just gonna be like all over him?
He's just. I mean, his weapon is a condiment, so he can't really do much.
I know. One of his suits in the comics looks like a blue hot dog. Like, seriously. And then he has like his emblem's like a CK or something.
Condiment King?
I guess. Moving along to number 3 is the Sterling Silversmith. Basically, this is a thief who steals silver. Apparently, he thinks gold is going to be irrelevant in the future. But to be honest, I'm 99% confident that if Sterling hadn't actually murdered his brother and for some weird reason stuck his corpse in the statue of Batman, I don't know why he would do that. I mean, was the statue even silver? I guess not, since he didn't steal it. I mean, which broke in a charity auction. I mean, like, if you're gonna put your dead brother's corpse in a...
That's a weird charity auction. Just the statue breaks and dead body falls out.
I know, right? I mean, like, at least secure it first, you know? But, like, even if... I'm pretty sure that if that didn't happen, Batman would have never known this idea even existed. Do you?
Nope.
I mean, like...
It's not like he's one of the... Not like he's a bigger villain that's doing a bunch of bad things. He's just collecting silver.
I mean, like, you can just, like, go to the nearest ATM and get some coins. I mean, like, Gotham is just like a charity for villains that can't even go anywhere else because they're so bad. Like, how do they make these guys up? Number 4 character is Captain Stingery. What a name. I mean, Stingery. I mean, honestly, when I first thought of him, I thought he was going to be in a stingray costume.
That's what I was just thinking as well.
No, he actually isn't. He looks like a pirate.
Then what is Captain Stingray?
Stingery.
Stingery.
Yeah, but it sounds like Stingray. He's actually one of a set of identical quadruplets. The man who would become Captain Stingery was always the oddball of the family, and when I say oddball, I mean Stingery was always. I mean, he started dressing up like a pirate, so he told you, and tried to find out who Batman really was. Because, see, it seems like the reason why everyone becomes a villain in Gotham City is just to find out the Batman's identity. I mean, like, seriously. Like, they don't even have powers. They just want to know his identity. What is this? His meager threat level is lessened when you learn that he actually thought his three brothers were all Batman, meaning the real Batman was completely safe. Batman, probably in a desperate attempt to make this nonsense even slightly interesting, asked the guy's three brothers to dress up like Batman, ostensibly as bait for a trap, but almost certainly mostly just to fuck with them. I mean,
He
seriously.
thought his three brothers were all Batman.
Yeah, because they dressed up like Batman, and he literally, basically, I think, tried to kill him. I mean, it's just like, seriously, man.
There's three people. They must all be Batman.
Exactly. Right? How stupid do you have to be? I mean, no offense, but like, seriously.
So there's four Batmen. Three of them are my brothers, and one's the real one. I bet the three are the real Batman.
Well, like, the one's not even there, though. You know? It's just the three brothers. Number. You want to do this one?
Ten-eyed man. Ten-eyed man does indeed have 10 eyes, although two on his face don't work. Instead, he has little eyeballs on the ends of his fingertips, which...
How does he even eat or drink? Does he have to pick them up, like, with his, like, not like the tips, but like...
Every time he touches something, does it poke his eye?
I mean, I know he has 10 eyes, but, like, does the eyes on his chest work? Or are those just part of the suit, I wonder?
What would his vision be like? This does
Not
allow him to...
it's 10.
This does allow him to see both in front of him and behind him simultaneously, just swinging his arms around. Shockingly, having eyeballs on your fingers proves to be more of a liability than a power, obviously, as proven in this completely delightful line from his Comic Vine bio. The Ten-Eyed Man is hired by unknown persons to combat the Man-Bat. The Man-Bat. But is injured when a shrub is thrown at him and he catches it, inadvertently wounding his eyes.
You'd think you'd know better. I mean, literally, if something been thrown at you,
It's a shrub.
you have eyes on your hands. Are you really going to, like, grab it? I mean, seriously.
How painful is a clap?
I don't know. I don't think he can clap, to be honest.
That's just smashing your eyeballs together.
Oh my god. That would just be sad. Alright. Number 6 is Kite Man. I mean, there was a long run where bad villains were apparently created by DC writers looking out their office window and picking out random objects, and thus Kite Man was born. The criminal who gets to and from his crimes with a hang glider type of thing. Basically, if the bank is at the bottom level and he hang glides in, starts at the top, he has to go all the way down, then go all the way back up. What if there's an office and it's like, hey, how's it going? Hey, what are you doing? Oh, I just stole from the bank down below. Oh, okay. And then then go? I'm like, seriously. Sure, he made a few kite-based weapons, but seeing as Kite Man has literally been defeated by a tree before, they hardly matter. I mean, a tree, an inanimate object. You'd think you'd be able to avoid it.
The Batman did not get me. A tree did.
That's why he went to jail. I got hit by a tree. Number 7.
The tree got me.
Number 7.
The Made of Wood Killer. It seems like a pretty strong villain, probably made out of wood, something like Groot. But no, this guy has a bat, and that's it. Seriously, that's all he is. His sporting goods store was destroyed, he got mad, killed the mayor with a baseball bat, and now he's a bat villain.
Why would you call him the made of wood killer? I mean, does everything in the sporting goods store had wood in it? Maybe his store was made of wood.
made of wood, and that's it.
What? Oh my god, what's such a ridiculous villain? Anyways, Baby Doll. Although she looked like a child, Baby Doll was an adult actress with systematic hypoglycemia, that disease when your body stops growing. She was on a shitty but famous sitcom called Love That Baby, as the rambunctious title character left the show when the producers added another baby. Jealousy right there, you know. Couldn't get other work, probably because she couldn't see over the counter at McDonald's. And then kidnapped her show's cast and crew and tried to somehow force it back on the air. Why would you kidnap? How does she
I don't think
kidnap?
that works.
I mean, like, first you're gonna have to save some money here. You know what I mean? And somehow Batman was able to summon up the strength to defeat what was effectively a small toddler. Lindsay Lohan is a more credible Batvillain than Baby Doll was. Oh boy. Can you get any dumber? And we will answer that question. Number 9.
Number 9, the Polka Dot Man. Despite the ridiculous name, Polka Dot Man does not have an entirely useless gimmick. The polka dots on his uniform can transform into weapons, traps, flying saucers, for him to get away on, etc.
I'm pretty sure he's also blind.
What?
Like, seriously. I think he's blind, actually.
Theoretically, this tech could pose a threat if Polka Dot Man himself weren't so lame. He's not in shape, he's not smart, and he can't fight. One time, Detective Harvey Bullock,
who later became Two-Face,
beat up Polka Dot Man so much that he was put in traction.
Oh my.
How hard of a time do you think Batman would have had with this idiot?
Oh my god. He needs to get in shape first.
Just throw batterating at him and he's gone.
The King of Cats. This guy, the King of Cats. This guy is basically the male equivalent of Catwoman. I know when Catwoman wears black leather, it's different. But when the literal male does it, I mean, come on, that just looks
Isn't
weird.
it, like, brown as well? He looks like Batman with cat ears.
No, that's Catman.
Oh.
This is the King of Cats, who's literally a thief who hangs out with a lot of cats.
Isn't his costume a rat?
It looks more like a rat than a cat, to be honest. And he often commits cat-related crimes. Although he probably got his ass kicked by Catwoman. But since he's not a hot chick, Batman cuts him zero slack and constantly kicks his ass. Number 11, one of my favorite.
Deathman. Seems like something where you can just...
Kill
Seems like his
whoever you
power
want.
is just
Like,
touch someone and they die.
number
Or
8. That would be awesome.
speed up the
What
process
happens
of
if-
life
what
and
happens if
anything
you
you touch dies.
What happens if you fall and you touch yourself? Uh-oh.
But no, this villain, who inspired by the awesome Lord Deathman in the Japanese Batman manga, and whom Grant Morrison imported back to America a few years ago, had one power. And no, it was not to touch things and they die, choose things and they die, or to see things and they die. It was that he can play dead. It
Like
worked
a
once,
possum.
then the Batman figured it out, and Deathman was never a problem again.
Oh my god. He actually looks cool, though. He has, like, a skeleton for his...
Yeah, he looks like a skeleton.
He's like a skeleton with, like, sort of like... I would almost say he would almost be, like, look like of the equivalent of Ghost Rider. But, like,
It's
the
like-
Atomic Skull is the equivalent DC of Ghost Rider.
It's like the Halloween costume where your outfit is black, but there's a painted on skeleton.
It does.
That's just what it is.
That's probably what he started. His one and only comic book. So, probably DC and Marvel fans know about the Mirror Master, which is one of the Flash's more powerful foes, thanks to his ability to enter reflective surfaces and travel between them. Now, Mirror Man is who we're talking about here. On the other hand, is just a dude who likes mirrors and is obsessed with finding out who Batman really is. Shockingly, Mirror Man succeeds at this thanks to some crazy mirror setup and tries to tell the world that Batman is Bruce Wayne. This is immediately rectified when Bruce Wayne has a press conference and Batman, impersonated by Alfred, shows up. If Batman can defeat you with a press conference, just give up. I mean, like, Alfred would just do anything, wouldn't he? Like, Alfred, I would wish I had a butler like Alfred. Remember in
Alfred's awesome.
Have you seen the Lego Batman movie where it's like, Batman's like, I got a super secret password um that gets past your parental password, and he just like, and Alfred was like, you mean Alfred Pennycattle Butler with 2 T's? Anyways, moving on to number 3, Penny Plunderer.
This guy steals pennies. Seriously, that's it. I don't even know why Batman even bothered, except on slow nights. You know that giant penny in Batman's cave? That's actually from one of Plunderer's screams. This is
Schemes.
But here's how shitty Penny Plunderer is. It was so embarrassing for Batman to have ever fought someone who sucked as much as Penny Plunderer that now DC says the giant penny was from one of Two-Face schemes.
To be honest, though, in one of Two-Face's schemes where Two-Face was raging a vigilante war, Penny Plunderer was trying to steal the giant penny, and Two-Face cut the supports, and the giant penny crushed Penny Plunderer. That was the last time he was ever seen. Wearing the same stuff he was on death row. He was literally crushed. He was probably like thinking, why have these pennies forsaken me? The Sewer King. And honestly, when it said Sewer King, I was thinking of like Killer Croc kind of thing. Like a crocodile or an alligator. Sometimes Batman battles monsters with incredible strength, right? Fighting skill and resilience. Sometimes he fights diabolical geniuses who attempt to kill everyone in Gotham City. Joker. And sometimes Batman fights a homeless guy who lives in the sewers with a bunch of orphans he forces to steal shit for him. Those last battles are the quickest. I mean, he literally looks like another pirate in the suit with a peg leg.
He's just a homeless guy, that's it.
I mean, he looks like one of the cartoon guys on one of the Phineas and Ferb shows where the Harbor Day. The guy who's telling the story on Harbor Day and Phineas and Ferb episode, he literally looks like that guy. Egghead.
Number 15, Egghead. Despite being played by the incomparable Vincent Price on the 1966 Batman TV series.
I'm pretty sure he's a very famous horror movie actor.
Vincent Price?
Mm-hmm.
The facts remain that Egghead is simply a criminal who happens to like eggs. A lot. That's it.
He also has like egg puns every other sentence. In the Lego Batman movie, when Joker's explaining his scheme to the other pilot, and Joker was like, an egghead, egg's the best signal, and I was like, oh, you have thought of everything. Okay, number 16, Signal Man. Remember how I said DC writers would look around for random objects to think of villains? Well, apparently, someone looked at a picture of the bat signal and was drunk. Because that's the only reason for Signal Man to exist. A small-time crook who wanted to join the big league. Signal Man's whole deal was leaving symbols and signs to warn Batman of his crimes. You should put that as a slogan. I mean, it rhymes, right? And then somehow using symbols and signs to commit his crimes. What did he do? Steal a stop sign and be like, yeah. Try to kill someone with the stop sign? I don't know. I don't know how that really works, and I'm not sure if it ever did, to be honest. Since Batman pretty much instantly captured him whenever he reared his signal.
It just seems like he's a normal crook, but he's basically telling Batman, here I am, and this is how I'm gonna steal something.
I don't even think he made it out of the building he was robbing. I don't even think he made it to the stuff he was robbing. I mean, come on, man.
I mean, he literally just put a signal, hey, this is what I'm gonna rob at this time and how I'm gonna do it.
Man, he should just have a spell on his chest. It'd just be funny.
Number 17, Crazy Quilt. After his eyes were injured in a robbery, Crazy Quilt underwent an experimental procedure which resulted in him seeing nothing but blindly bright color. This, of course, turned him into an insane criminal. How insane? Well, first of all, he tried to steal color itself, which no one ever figured out how he planned to do. Second of all, his powers were basically having a constant LSD trip, which affects exactly no one besides himself.
Oh my god.
Even when Crazy Quilt got a helmet that allowed him to project his crazy color highlights at his foes, Cyclops style, all Batman and Robin needed to do was reflect his beams back with a mirror, and he was done. And that's it.
So he would lose a battle to Mirror Man. Man, for Mirror Man, they should just have him like a suit with all just mirrors, and then he accidentally trips and falls.
Just like a super reflective
Oh my.
tinfoil.
Invisible Man. Okay. Number 18, Maxi Zeus and King Tut. Two men who occasionally believe they are a Greek god and an ancient Egyptian ruler. Two men who have no other powers other than their delusions of grandeur. Delusions meaning, well, basically they got hit over the head and now they think they're a Greek god and an ancient Egyptian ruler. I mean, literally. King Tut was a Egyptologist that got hit over the head. Literally, how you defeat them is you hit them over the head. Case closed. You're done. And Maxi Zeus seems to think a Greek god's chief priority for the modern world would be to rob banks. I mean, King Tut is so lame, it took until 2009 for him to come to the comics. I actually did see one of those really old, like maybe 80s Batman, like, episodes or movies of actually had King Tut in it. He doesn't get... He, like in the Egyptian days, he actually has one of those stretchers with his minions. That's all he has, henchmen. I mean, he can't really run that fast anyways.
Isn't King Tut like overweight?
Yeah, pretty much.
Number 19. All of Batman's shittiest villains in the 1977 New Adventures of Batman cartoon had to create one even shittier. Meet Sweet Tooth, a fat man who attacks revolve around throwing candy at his enemies, and whose entire plan was to turn Gotham's river into chocolate, giving all the fish diabetes or something. Even Signal Man thinks a Sweet Tooth is dipshit.
Not saying something to Signal Man. Wait, if Signal Man, if he likes girl, is he good at signals?
I mean...
Or maybe he doesn't pick up the signal. Now, number 20, the Eraser. If you're a criminal in Gotham City, it never hurts to specialize, and particularly, it never hurts to provide services to the scores of criminals inhabiting the city. The Eraser covers up the tracks of other criminals, thus making it harder for them to be caught. He looks like a fucking pencil. Seriously.
His costume is just a pencil.
I wouldn't be caught dead in that. Thus, and for which the Eraser earns a cut of the tape. Man, if I was a Eraser, I could do a whole scheme by myself. I mean, like, you don't even need to crack the vote. Just erase the vote. It's like erasing a picture with a pencil. Oh, wait, he is the one. He has the pencil.
He just erases
Although
something from reality.
Yeah, exactly. I think the eraser on the top of his head erases some of his brain, to be honest. This would actually be pretty cool if the eraser didn't dress up like a giant pencil, see, told you. And he didn't use the special eraser on his head to remove evidence, which makes him look ridiculous. Because since it's on his head, he literally has to bend down. So, like, literally with his ass in the air. Because, like, his head has to be on the ground, erasing it and moving side to side like he's looking for something. I mean, like, and then he wears a lime green tuxedo with purple question marks on it. Is this guy trying to be the Riddler? Or did the Riddler just steal the Eraser's tuxedo? I'm pretty sure the Riddler just stole the Eraser's tuxedo. And Batman broke this particular pencil. Probably just had to use a batarang.
I feel like this could be a really powerful villain if you just took the eraser off his head, split it in half.
Like, literally just... Exactly.
Anything he touches just disappears from reality.
Exactly. Literally, exactly. Bat Zorro.
Bat Zorro.
Yeah.
Like Bizarro, Superman's evil doppelganger.
Came from Lex Luthor's Bizarro Ray.
Yeah.
Now there's a Bizarro of every Justice League. Great.
Bat Zorro is a failed clone of Batman with his symbol and utility belt upside down. While a clone of a superpowered alien like Superman can work, a clone of Batman becomes groan-inducing lameness. At least he calls himself Bat Zorro, the world's worst detective.
My God. He has abilities similar to Batman? How are they similar in any way? I mean, come on, man. The Clue Master. I mean, seriously. The Clue Master. I want to be Riddler. Or technically this guy was first. I mean, he did first appear in DC Comics number 351 in May 1966. His real name, Arthur Brown. Wow. You'd think you'd have brown hair. But no, he has blonde. That matches his gloves, though. And he wears a bright orange suit. with capsules on it that like explode, like blending flares, smoke bombs, and paralyzing gas or explosives.
Wouldn't those hurt him?
Well, I don't know.
Well,
Give
unless he
him-
throws them.
I guess so, but like, I thought he was the clue master. Those don't seem like clues. Why he's lame? He literally failed as a game show host. How do you fail as a game show host? I mean, come on, man. He failed as a villain by his compulsory nature to always leave clues about his crimes. Oh my god, this guy's worse than
This
Signal
is
Man.
just Signal Man, but in more detail.
I know, right? Unlike the Riddler, this must be his Signal Man's brother. Unlike the Riddler, his clues were never riddles. To his credit, his crimes paved the way for his daughter Stephanie to become the spoiler to foil those crimes. Oh god, he's getting spoiled. Oh my god, he got
By his
spoiled. Oh my
daughter.
god, I would take the trickster over this guy any day. I mean, come on. Number 7.
Humpty Dumpty. Yep, the Humpty Dumpty.
His real name's Humphrey Dumpler, but like, everyone just thinks it's funny to call him Humpty Dumpty. So, I wonder if
As-
Batman pushed him off the wall.
As his namesake suggests, he's obsessed with putting things back together again. Even if he has to take them apart to begin with. He even dismantled his abusive grandmother in an effort to fix her while he sewed her back together again.
His first appearance was in Detective Comics number 140, October 1948. And that was, like, I think his only appearance. I mean, man, I wonder if she lived. What did he do? Wham, right on the head.
And
No,
sewed
like,
her back
take one of those-
together.
So, the Human Firefly. First appearance, Detective Comics number 184, June 1952. His real name is Garfield Lins. You know, I wonder if he likes lasagna. His literal superpowers is literally none. His abilities are a flight suit, flamethrower, grenade launchers, and expert in the pyrotechnics, which is like that color scheme. Why he's so lame is Firefly is a professional arsonist and pyromaniac. He likes fire. Once the protege of the Killer Moth, oh my god. We'll get to him in a second. Their alliance fell apart when Killer Moth realized Firefly's madness. Oh my god. I'm pretty sure Killer Moth is crazier than this guy, to be honest. Killer Moth, and feared for his life? Wow. If someone as lame as the Killer Moth, see below, dumps you, what does that make you? Wait, I got it. Dumber, dumbest.
Killer Moth. His real name is Cameron Van Cleer, or Jerry Walker.
We
One's
don't
probably
really know, to be honest.
they might be like changed in different comics.
Yeah.
His superpowers were originally none, later given the proportionate abilities of a moth.
Not very strong.
Fight sharp claws,
What in the-
sticky.
sharp claws. Where do you
cocoon
see
mucus?
sharp? Where do you see sharp claws on a moth?
His abilities include a flight suit, incapacitating cocoon gun, and razor sonar waves.
Why does he need a cocoon gun when he has sticky cocoon mucus? Probably because it comes out his mouth.
Why not just have like a normal gun? Beyond the obvious costume, it was created by
Obvious.
the anti-Batman to aid supervillains in the same way Batman aids police and civilians, except for profit. He even had his
Oh
own
my.
moth mobile, a moth signal, and a steel line to swing around on the city.
Do you want to know what the Killer Moth's actual power is? Plagiarism. Because he literally is obsessed with Batman so much that he literally plagiarizes everything off of Batman.
He's a
Calendar.
moth mobile.
Yeah. Calendar Man. His first appearance in Detective Comics number 259, September 1958. His real name, Julian Day. So that's why he's obsessed with days. His last name is Day, and his first name rhymes with July. I mean, come on, man. His abilities, he is an inventor, okay? That might give him some stuff. But does he have to have a fucking cape of the months? Oh my god, like, how does that even stay
just-
on?
Took a calendar, cut it up,
Basically,
cape.
like, I'm wondering how that even stays on. I mean, his suit doesn't look as bad as others, but, like, seriously, a
If
cape,
he gets
really?
wet, it's just gone.
Paper cuts. Why he's lame? After looking at his costume, do you really need to know more? He's obsessed with the dates, and his crimes always have some correlation with the date on which they were committed. He was even recruited by another on our list, Killer Moth, to join a ragtag group called the Misfits. See, Killer Moth is so lame he couldn't even make it into the big league. Injustice League. You know? I mean, come on, man.
I think we already went off this one.
Let's see. What?
The calculator.
Yeah. His suit is a giant calculator. My god.
This idea is pretty cool. The execution is flawed. But the execution is flawed.
It is definitely flawed.
Calculator uses his knowledge of the past encounters to calculate the best way to fight different heroes. His suit ability to produce countless weapons and tools, but it also looks totally ridiculous. Also, he's pretty much never won any fights anywhere. Later on, the calculator was reinvented as a source of information or guide for other villains, like the bad guy version of Barbara Gordon's Oracle. He should probably have just tried. He probably should have just tried that in the first place.
Probably should have. I mean, like, how does he defies the logic of losing?
Observe as I calculate the answer.
Do you know what his MO is? Incalculable absurdity. That's what. Composite Superman. Not even. But this guy is just. Oh my god. It looks like someone cut Superman and Batman in half and glued them together. He also has the powers of Invisible Kid, and I'm pretty sure his other powers. But I mean, like, seriously, name us weird Invisible Kid, really? MO, everything except tailoring. God, he does need a tailor, to be honest. One night at the Superman Museum, a bolt of lightning struck a display of statues of the Legion of Superheroes, causing a burst of energy to zap custodian Joseph Meach with superpowers. With literally all the Legionnaires' powers now at his disposal, Joe and the potential TQ become the greatest and most powerful villain of all time. Instead, he decided to call himself Composite Superman and make the worst supervillain costume in history. Yeah. One of the worst people ever.
Film Freak. The only cool thing about Film Freak is his name. Burt Weston is a tribute to Adam West and Bird Ward. Other than that, he just commits copycat crimes based on movies and wears earrings shaped like film canisters.
His MO, bothering everyone with movie fun facts. The debut appearance, Batman number 395, 1986. Lock Up. Debut appearance, Batman the Animated Series, 1994. MO, locks and locking things with them. Officially, Lock Up is an expert on incarceration tactics, which really means he's just a modern version of the handlebar mustache guy from silent movies that ties people to train tracks. He's always trapping his victims in elaborate setups, but he's not that great at escaping from jail himself. I mean, you'd think he'd be able to just, like...
He can lock things, but he can't unlock things.
No, right? I mean, come on, man. How dumb are you here? Is that the best he can do? Now, I think the number one stupidest villain of all time is Cameraman.
Cameraman. Cameraman is a supervillain in the DC comic universe. He's an enemy of Batman who wears a helmet that resembles an old camera.
Not even a new camera.
He uses this to become a crime boss and commit crimes throughout Gotham City. However, he isn't that much of a threat to Batman and Robin, considering
Can he even
he's
see?
a camera.
I mean, can he even see?
Is his vision like every photo he takes, that's what he sees?
Dude, I bet he can make more money off of...
Mr. Alonz, could you contact the main office, please? Mr. Alonz, please contact the main office.
I'm not bleeding.
Does the camera actually work?
Well, like, see, I'm thinking he can make more money off of literally taking pictures of people for money. You know what I mean? Like those actual like professional photographers that take pictures of like models and stuff.
He could be
He's
a better good
He's
guy.
made for it. He could like. How does he not realize that he could literally become probably one of the most. You know what I mean?
It's an older camera, so does the film like come out of his mouth?
Do you see the mouth? And it probably comes out from the back of his head. Oh my God. He's also called Mr. Camera. His full name is actually unknown, to be honest. His hobby is committing robberies.
The Batman TV show with Harry Sims.
Yeah, pretty much. And that is all for this podcast. Thank you for joining us. Thanks.
See ya.
Have a good day.